Nearly every brilliant idea is pursuing a common creative process. It is important to remember, since innovative thinking is one of the most valuable skills you can have, almost every problem you experience in your work and in your life is entitled to benefit from creative solutions. Um, Everyone can learn to be creative, not to say that easy to be creative. Uncovering creative genius requires courage and ton of practices. This five-step approach will help the creative process and enlighten the way to new ideas. Before we move on to the step, let me tell you a short story to illustrate how this process works. A problem in need of a creative solutions. In 1870s, faced a very particular and very expensive problem for newspaper and printing. There was a modern and thrilling medium at that time was photography. The reader wanted to see more images, but no one could find ways to easily and cheaply to print pictures. Even a newspaper wanted to print a picture. A graver had to grave a picture copy manually on a steel plate, and these steel plates were used to reach the picture on the screen, but sometimes broke after a few applications. You can assume that the photographer process was incredibly long and costly. And then there was a man who invented the solution to this problem, named Frederick Eugene Ive. I've got a flash insight when he experimenting. While operating my stereotype, in Ithaca, I studied the problem of half-tone process. I've said. I went to bed one night in the state of the brain fog over the problem, and the instant I woke in the morning and saw before me apparently projected on the ceiling in completely workout process equipment in operation. I've quickly translated his vision into reality and patented his printing approach, and spent the remainder of decade improving upon it. The Ive process, as it came to be known, reduced the cost by printing image by 15 times and remainder the standard printing techniques for the next 80 years. And he became a trailblazer and have more than 70 patents at the end of his career. Alright, now let's discuss what we can learn, what the lesson when from Ive about the creative process. The stages of creative process. In 1940s, an advertising executive named James Webb Young published a short guide titled "A Technique for Producing Ideas." Through this guide, he made clear yet through-depth comment on innovative ideas. The step one is gather raw materials. You have to focus on the first one is learning specific materials directly related in your task, and the second one is learning general materials by becoming fascinated with a wide range of concepts. Step 2. Digest materials. Truly work over the materials in your mind. During this stage, examine what you have learned by looking at the facts from different angles, and experimenting with fitting various ideas together. And step 3, incubation. You need to stop thinking the problem. Find something else to do, ideally something that stimulates your response. Drop everything and put the problem out of your mind as completely as you can, and let your subconscious mind work on it. And step 4, the eureka moment. Out of nowhere, the idea will appear. Let your idea return to you. At some point, only after you have stopped thinking about it, the idea will come back to you with a flash of insight and renewed energy. I experience this all the time. When I'm thinking about the flow of presentation, I usually struggle with the opening. I've struggled for days, then bingo! A great opening will mysteriously pop in my mind from nowhere. And then step 5 is shape, and the last step, shape and development. Mold the idea into practical condition and circumstances. Think of way you can improve the ideas. For any succeed idea, you must to release it out into the world and submit it to criticism and adapt it as needed. Alexander Graham Bell stated that you can't force ideas. Successful ideas is the result of slow growth. And so, let me conclude that the creative process is to create new ties between old ideas. Therefore, is it the task to identify the connection between concepts that we can state the creative thought. Creativity most frequently requires combining concepts. Thank you.